Hello everyone, good wishes to all the good people out there, and welcome back to streaming live on video games, especially survival horror video games, and reading them. I will try to make a shorter video this time because my latest streams, I've been told by friends who I'm a beginner, right? I've been told that I should reduce the amount of minutes and I should focus my message. So I'll just begin streaming, and we start with the story. We'll follow Resident Evil 2, the remake of the game. I played the Resident Evil and I analyzed this video game from a narrative standpoint during my PhD thesis many years ago. I won't continue with that. I'll just start a new game so you can see how the apocalyptic narrative will unfold in this video game while playing it, and how the paratext, and what is the paratext? The paratext is what surrounds the background and the information that is conceived in Leon's story. No. I want Claire Redfield. Okay, this information involves images, text, and other things that give us meaning. We'll go with the standard mode and let's load the screen. While loading the screen, I will move a little bit to, what's that? Yeah, I think it's here.
Man,
Yes.
serious, okay? I saw this with my own eyes.
Yeah, it already started.
Buddy, I believe you.
Okay, gone.
Yeah, I'm almost there. You know me, I'll be fine. Sounds good. I'll be back as soon as I find Chris. I will, but I gotta go. Why does everyone think I'm gonna get in trouble? What the? Hello?
Okay, apparently by mistake I skipped the introductory video. Dingo Red cigarettes. When life has you seeing red, enjoy the world of Dingo Red cigarettes. Okay, so when you're mad, when you're angry, when you see red because you lose your temper, pick up one of these cigarettes. Now this is a perfect example of what I tried to interpret earlier in a longer stream. I'll just switch to my article here. Not my personally, but the article that I was reading earlier. It's about Roland Barthes. How to read the signs in the news. Okay, so let's just check this one out. And after that,
Switch
we'll
on the
discuss a little bit about
TV.
it.
What do you see? The breaking news graphic, the scrolling text, the news presenter behind the desk. Read the signs, the hair, the makeup, the suit. What is this story about? The rhythm of the words, numbers, colors. Why are these codes here? The music, the size of the letters. How do you feel? A news bulletin is a selection of signs. The flow of words, read of the autocue. The artifice of the presenter's cadence. The news voice. The gaze looking right at you, but through a lens. Visual stand-ins for credibility, authority, legitimacy. Rhetorical motifs constructing the biggest myth of all, that what we are watching is unmediated reality.
Okay, this is very important for my message. What we are watching is a mediated reality. So we'll go back a little bit to the article, okay? Because in this article, I won't summarize all. It's impossible, honestly, in the time limit that I set for myself. So we'll just go with the last part of the article. The video above from educational company Macat offers more formal summary of Barthes' mythologies. The French critic and semiotician made significant contributions to literary and critical theory, demonstrating with the wide-ranging wit and erudition of his humanist countryman Michel de Montaigne, how dominant ideologies successfully present themselves as simply the way the world should be. Okay, so briefly speaking, Barthes says that the meaning of the words and the meanings of the items that we're given through media, because that's what media means, right? It intermediates, it stands between us and the reality. It's like a lens that filters it and gives a particular way of interpreting it. So basically, the truth is not the truth per se. It is fabricated. It is given with the purpose to manipulate the audience. That's what it said briefly. Now, I'm not interested in the conspiracy theories, and I'm telling this because I talk to people who went insane, I would say, like, or more passionate. If they are not insane, they are more passionate about these narratives, and they believe in conspiracy theories, and they believe there is a conspiracy behind media and so forth. Okay, so I'm not saying this is true or not. I let everyone decide what their opinion is about what the truth is, because I personally try to find it. So I don't have the truth. I try to interpret things, and this is an ongoing process. I don't hold the keys of the truth. So I'm not saying that if I'm going to talk about the apocalypse in video games, because this is my topic, that means that I want to unmask a certain type of conspiracy that happens in media and also in the video games. That's not what I want to do. I want to understand the narrative and the structure behind it. And that's why I'm talking about Barthes here. Because Roland Barthes, and prior to him, Ferdinand de Saussure, and you can also think about Vladimir Prok, and the way they approach text and stories, okay, is a little bit different than the way narratives were seen in history, throughout history, before Saussure, for example, because Saussure was the one with structuralism who showed that actually words don't have a natural intrinsic meaning necessarily. They depend on the context. That means the word mouse can mean something different. It's not that thing with the tail the cats run after. It's a thing that might resemble something like that because of the form, and it had a cable like a tail at the beginning. But right now, a mouse is a gadget that helps us navigate on the internet and so forth. Okay, so this shows, according to Saussure, that same words can have different meanings if you put them in different contexts. So it's more important the relation between the elements of the context than the words per se. Now, you may take the word as an example, and you can generalize the word to all kind of devices or gadgets or items that transmit information. Okay, it can be a word, can be an object, can be an icon. So any of these, according to Barthes, can be transformed and can be used in a way that he calls it ideology. Okay, so we have this ideology of Che Guevara, for example, and I'll just put it here. I'll just play it from here to see how an icon originally was something historical and was transformed into business, right? A global business, because this sells.
Exploit consumers' eagerness to identify with qualities that they believe symbolize youthfulness, rebelliousness, hatred of authority. Companies that exploit the image, Bart explains, introduce a second-order signification, a new myth, one that symbolizes something different. It's an image drained of real meaning, one that no longer refers to the revolutionaries' real beliefs. Before long, the famous photograph is appropriated to sell all sorts of products: t-shirts, beer, even washing powder. So when Sophia goes to a shop and buys a t-shirt with our revolutionary's face on it, she thinks she's making a statement about her individualism, rebellion, and anti-capitalism, when in truth, the image is now a capitalist commodity. By buying the...
Okay, so you create this meaning, and you separate the meaning from the context, from the original context. You just get the benefit, or the safe benefit of someone who is thrilled by the idea of being revolutionary, right? Like against the authority and so forth. Now, why is this important? Well, let's have a look at the Resident Evil game. I'll just look at the Dingo Red cigarettes here. When life has you seeing red. This is a commercial. Obviously, it's a fictional brand of cigarettes, Dingo Red cigarettes. I don't think they exist. So I'm not a big smoker, but I've never seen Dingo Red cigarettes. All right. So when life has you seeing red, meaning angry, enjoy the wild taste of Dingo Red cigarettes. Okay, get wild. Now on sale. Okay, so in society, I will try to explain this meaning, right? In society, we have rules. Now, rules are part of the culture, okay? It's part of the education and so forth. You have to behave. You cannot go wild like in nature, right? And, well, Dingo Red cigarettes, they offer you this illusion that if you smoke one of these cigarettes, you automatically escape the trap of the culture, the trap of education, the submissive role of being under a certain authority, and like all this stress that derives from interacting with people and having to obey the social rules and social norms. Okay, so the lack of freedom, basically, right? Think about what was the social contract. I have a lapsus. Okay, anyway, from this point of view, getting a cigarette makes you feel free again, natural, right? Get wild. Okay, so you escape the prison of society, in the sense that Michel Foucault would put it. So, of course, this fictional pack of cigarette happens to be in Resident Evil. Okay, so Resident Evil is a horror video game that uses a lot of these tropes, a lot of these symbols, and a lot of these techniques of remediating and reinterpreting reality, coining different meanings to what was once an object that had an original meaning. Okay, so I talked about the typewriting machine after Ewan Kirkland, who wrote some articles about this topic some years ago. And according to him, the typewriting machine that was once used in society as an object to write information with, right? Typewriting, you type with it, nothing else. In Resident Evil video game, in this narrative, in the game itself, it becomes something else. It's the object of salvation, because you can save games there, right? So it gives a different meaning, and you can see how the same icon is reinterpreted and given another significance. This is exactly what Roland Barthes wanted to say, and that's one of the sources that I derive my playful interpretation of video games. And I'm particularly interested in the apocalyptic narrative because pandemics, because Resident Evil is about zombie apocalypse, and because this is what I did during my video game, my thesis on video games a few years ago. Okay, so what is that supposed to mean? Well, narratives like apocalypse means they mean revelation, they mean end of history, they mean change, radical change. Also, they mean violence, and they drag with them all this meanings from the past, but they reutilize them because this is a video game, it's not real history. They reutilize this and they employ them to convey a similar meaning from a narrative point of view, but with a different outcome, which is exactly what Barthes talked about with Che Guevara and buying a t-shirt, right? You're buying the t-shirt of Che Guevara, but it's not the same thing as being there and being a revolutionary person engaging, shooting other people and so forth. I'm not advocating for that thing. It's safer to buy a t-shirt. It's better, right? Okay, so that's it for today. I'll end the stream now and see how it went. Okay, thank you so much. And I have a Patreon page. I will just end this stream now. Check it out and see you next time. Oh yeah, if I do this, if I click this button, no, not here. Come on, should be here somewhere. Oh yeah, okay. Now I can say goodbye properly. Let's see how many minutes I spent, and see you soon. Gotta do this more often. Practice makes it perfect. Bye bye. More. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.